Hi, good morning. This is Sirisha Varma from Everything Business. For my old subscribers, I would like to make this announcement that the channel name has been changed from Digital Marketing for Business Owners to Everything Business, as we are discussing much more than digital marketing in this channel. We are going to talk about business ideas, different business models, marketing techniques, and also business book reviews, as you have been seeing since the past 3 months. Firstly, I would like to wish all of you a very, very happy, healthy, and prosperous new year ahead. Today is Thursday, and in this channel, Everything Business, we will be covering a business case study. And the business case study that I'll be discussing today is a very interesting one. This is about how rich people preserve their wealth, not just create the wealth. If you have watched the video that I have done on the Millionaire Fast Lane, the book review, you would have understood that having wealth and keeping wealth are two entirely different things. And that is where this case study comes into picture, where wealthy people look at different aspects to preserve the wealth that they have created so that this can be passed on to generations. The person that we are going to talk about today is eighth wealthiest person in the world and the seventh wealthiest person in US. He is an Indian, and we are really proud that he has topped in that list of top 10 richest people in the world. The person that we are going to talk about today is Mukesh Ambani. Mukesh Ambani is the owner of Reliance, and the company currently has $208 billion net worth. Now, this company has three verticals: oil and chemicals, geo, and Reliance Retail. Mukesh Ambani is 64-year-old currently and is looking at succession. So, why are we talking about succession at such a young age of 64-year-old? Now, if you look at wealthy people, they actually think about all of these things when they are really young because they have a lot of risk, right? So, if you are managing a 208, that is $208 billion company, you would have to think about preserving this company for future generations. Why is this important? This is important because individuals might actually ruin the company by taking bad decisions, or individuals might also lose all of their wealth by mismanagement, by different strategies wherein they could just gamble away the money as well, right? So, to make sure that the wealth is preserved for generations and the company continues to grow, it is important to think about succession plan. Now, why is Mukesh Ambani thinking about this so early on? Because he has had a very bad scenario in his own family. If you know, there was a tug of war between two brothers, Anil Ambani and Mukesh Ambani, when Dhirubhai Ambani passed away in 2002, leaving a 75,000 crore Reliance company without any will. That is when the tug of war started. There have always been ego clashes between Mukesh Ambani and Anil Ambani. Anil Ambani always thought he was the smartest one and should be made chairman, whereas Mukesh Ambani was made chairman by Dhirubhai Ambani. So, there had to be some decision made regarding the division of wealth, as Dhirubhai Ambani left without a will. Such a visionary, I really don't understand why he did not think about will. Just like many of us, middle class people don't think about will. So, when this tug of war started, it took around 3 years by the time this war became serious amongst the two brothers. And that is when their mother Kokilaben actually intervened, and then the Reliance company was divided between Mukesh Ambani and Anil Ambani. So Mukesh Ambani got all the old companies. So when we specifically talk about a multi-million dollar enterprise, there are multiple companies in that specific entity. It was the same case with Reliance as well. Reliance had multiple companies under its fold, and Mukesh Ambani in the division got all the old companies, including Reliance Industries, Reliance Petroleum, Indian Petrochemicals Corporation Limited, and Reliance Industrial Infrastructure Limited. Whereas Anil, being the younger one, got all the new age companies because he was more interested in the new age companies. Including Reliance Communications, Reliance Capital, Reliance Energy, Reliance Natural Resources Limited, Reliance Broadcast Network Limited. With the division of this wealth, Mukesh Ambani became the fifth richest man in the world, and Anil Ambani became the sixth richest man in the world. Anil Ambani currently has a total net worth of only $1.7 billion. He also has defaulted loans which come to around 43,800 crores or $6 billion. So that is another interesting case study where we generally talk about rags to riches, but it was opposite to Anil Ambani, which is riches to rags. So what happened with Anil Ambani? Anil Ambani started his companies much fervent, with much fervent energy. He actually went ahead and also created an agreement with DreamWorks, which is Steven Spielberg's film company, and they created many interesting movies, including Lincoln, The Help, which were amazing movies, but they were box office failures. Apart from that, he expanded into Ad Labs brand, which is under the movies division. So he started acquiring screens across India or setting up screens, and currently they have around 700 movie screens. And when Reliance Energy, which is under Anil Ambani, went to IPO, it was subscribed within 60 seconds. That is a record in the stock market which has not been broken until today. 60 seconds is 1 minute. So, but there were certain issues because of which Anil Ambani has lost all of his wealth. First of all, the movie industry, as you know, specifically the screens across India have not been doing that well. So even before the pandemic, there were not too many people actually going to movies to specifically watch movies because the tickets and the different things that came along with the screens, including your popcorn or your refreshments, they were too costly. So the screens business has been a declining business. But apart from that, Reliance Communications or Orcom, which is supposed to be the superstar of the portfolio, when they started way back in 2000s or 1999, what happened was Reliance Communications actually adopted the technology of CDMA, which was a cheaper alternative. But CDMA could only support 2G and 3G, whereas Airtel, way back when it started with the GSM technology, which is a much superior technology, which is costly as well, but which could support new age broadband networks, including 5G today as well. So it was a losing game for our Reliance Communications. And there was a 10-year compete lease between Mukesh Ambani and Anil Ambani for the Reliance Communications. Mukesh Ambani also wanted to launch his own mobile networking company, but because of this 10-year-old non-compete lease, he could not launch his mobile networks. So with the 10-year lease coming to an end, with the 10-year non-compete lease coming to an end, Mukesh Ambani launched his own brand, Reliance Communications. As you know, currently Reliance Jio is the biggest mobile network here in India. The reason being, there were some great strategies which were incorporated with the launch of Reliance Jio. It was they were also giving the device free along with the network for anybody who opted for Reliance Jio. And with Reliance Jio, you could get a lot of data for free. And there were also talks that the first year of Reliance Jio would be free for anybody who signed up. So currently, there are people in India who have multiple networks, one of them including Jio. Apart from that, there has been huge penetration of Reliance Jio in the rural segments of India. There is a study which says that even till today, there are 70% of population in India which still lives in the rural areas. But there are not many companies which are targeting this specific population. But Reliance Jio is very well extended in the rural areas. Now, with the advent of Reliance Jio and Facebook deal, which happened in 2020, what happened was Reliance always wanted to launch or become big into the e-commerce segment. They currently have Reliance Retail, which is their offline version, which has a lot of stores. But they also wanted to get into e-commerce segment, and with the advent of this deal, Reliance Jio and Facebook, they will be able to get big into the e-commerce segment, targeting specifically rural areas, because they'll be using Facebook as a payment partner as well. Now, if you specifically look at what Mukesh Ambani, the reason why Mukesh Ambani is currently talking about the succession plan is, of course, the case study that has happened in his own family, which is the richest to rags of Anil Ambani, because they have seen whatever has happened with him. From the world's sixth richest man, currently Anil Ambani's net worth is only $1.7 billion. Mukesh Ambani wants to make sure that the wealth is preserved for their family, and there is no way that just one person can ruin the wealth or the company. So that is why they are talking about succession plan. And for succession, he is specifically looking at the case study of the Walton family. The Walton family is the founding family of Walmart. Sam Walton created a succession plan for his family when he was only 40 years old. The Walton's family is the richest family even till today in the world, worthy of $238 billion, and they still own 47% of Walmart through trust. So how Sam Walton, who was the founder of Walmart, did it is he actually divided the company. He passed 80% of the family business to his 4 children. But rather than just divide the company into pieces and then give it to his children, what he has done is he has put the whole company into a family trust, and they are currently managing Walmart through this family trust. What is this family trust? We have all heard this phrase, trust babies, right? So trust babies in the sense, if the companies or the enterprise is divided into bits and pieces and then given away to children, what happens is there is this huge taxation, first of all, which comes into picture. So in India, we have taxations of around 33 to 50%, depending on which bracket you fall in. So half of the wealth will be gone in taxation itself. Apart from that, there is always this probability that the person that will be getting the wealth might be another Anil Ambani. So he might lose the wealth, he might make bad decisions for the companies that he has got, thus ruining not just the family wealth, but also the family name. So to make sure that there is nothing like that which happens, generally wealthy families, they use the concept of family trust, wherein the whole wealth is put into the trust, and every month these children generally get a monthly allowance to sustain their lifestyles, to also take care of their expenses. But the wealth is preserved in the family trust, and also they'll be getting salaries from the companies that they are working in, so that would be additional revenue for them. But apart from that, not just one person can take any decision, because there will be other independent directors on the board. Of course, there is every probability that the child could actually talk to other directors, manipulate them, convince them, and then take decisions according to what is right for them. But there is a succession plan in place, because, of course, Mukesh Ambani has to preserve $208 billion that he has created for his company. I hope you found this content interesting. If you think this is interesting, please do subscribe to my channel. Smash that like button if you think this might be helpful, or your friends or people in your network will find it interesting. Please do share it with them. There will be many more things coming up in this channel. There will be courses on sales. There will be courses on how to create funnels for your own business. There will be courses also on digital marketing. So stay subscribed to the channel, as there is much more interesting content coming up in this channel in this new year. This is Sirisha Varma, founder, chief strategist at Branding by Pixels, a business strategy design and digital marketing company coming live to you from India. I record videos 3 times a week: Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Tuesday, I talk about a marketing topic or a digital marketing topic. Thursday, I talk about a business case study. Saturday, I talk about a business book review. Wishing you and your family a very happy, healthy, and prosperous new year. Please do take care. This is Sirisha Varma signing off. Bye-bye.